Hey, I'm C-Dinky. Alrighty guys, in today's video we are going to be going over some of my best and favorite tips and tricks currently inside of Grounded 2. I have over 100 hours inside of Grounded 2, and over time playing the game, I have found these tips and tricks, and now that I've found them, I pretty much can't play the game without them. So before we jump into things, if you guys are enjoying this Grounded 2 content, or if you are enjoying this video at any point in time, go ahead and support the channel by leaving a like and subscribing, and let's jump straight into the best tips and tricks. So the first tip on today's video might be a bit of a hot take, but I would recommend to not use the Blueberry Bandage or the Lingonberry Bandage, but to stick with the Fiber Bandage, as this is extremely easy to craft, only needing 1 plant fiber and 1 sap, and it pretty much does the exact same thing as the other bandages, but slightly weaker. Now here is a side by side of all of the bandages working all together at once. We have the Fiber Bandage on top, the Blueberry Bandage in the middle, and then the Lingonberry down the bottom. Yes, obviously the Lingonberry Bandage is going to win, but as you can see, considering how expensive it is to craft, is it really worth going for the Lingonberry Bandage over the Fiber Bandage? Also, not to mention, if you take a single point of damage while you have the trickle regen of a bandage on you, you're going to lose the healing effects. Like I've been versing a Wolf Spider, I have the Venom debuff on me, I pop a bandage and then I take a single tick of Venom damage and that bandage is completely wasted. So that's why I think the Fiber Bandage is going to be the cheapest and the best option for you to use in the park. Tip number 2, do not craft your own whetstone or brittle plating, but instead go out and farm the upgrade resource rocks, because they do in fact respawn. I've had the sturdy quartzite outside my base for maybe 10 in-game days, and I've farmed it 5 times now, so there's really no point wasting a bunch of sap and a bunch of lava spikes just to make a brittle whetstone, when you can go out into a brittle marble cave or a brittle quartzite cave and get a ton more upgrade rocks just like that. Tip number 3 is that your buggies can actually use your player mutations, and they can actually contribute into giving your player mutations as well. As you can see here in this footage, I have a Natural Explorer off on my buggy, and I make it with a full sprint bar, roughly 150 centimeters, and then if I have a Natural Explorer tier 1 equipped and I run through the course again, yes, I also do know this isn't going to be 100% accurate because I do bump into rocks and stuff on both trials, but at the end of the run with the Natural Explorer tier 1, my buggy had 130 centimeters away from my marker, giving me a 20 centimeter difference, which may not seem like a lot, but if you're crossing the entire park, it is going to save you a bunch of time. Your buggies can also contribute towards your player mutations, specifically the Cardiofan mutation. If you are on a Red Soldier Ant or an Orbeaver buggy and exhausts its entire stamina bar, it is going to go ahead and give you a point towards the Cardiofan mutation, so it's really easy to gain Cardiofan 3 inside of Grounded 2 if you're on a buggy and exhaust its stamina all the way, which, let's all be real, we've already all done this. Tip number 4, you can actually go ahead and reset your buggy's HP fully by putting them inside their house and then withdrawing them straight away. As you can see here, my Orbeaver pet is almost dead. I put it in its house, I bring it back out, I jump on it, and it's now full HP. This can be really helpful inside of those orc raids if they are at your base. If your buggy is about to die, just put them away and bring them back out and they're going to be full HP. But do note, if your buggy is knocked out, you're going to need to revive your buggy before you can put them into their pet house. Tip number 5, if you make a creature wall mount and then mark the creature, you're going to get the effect of hunt, and then whatever the creature you marked is going to be, this is going to give you a plus 20% damage bonus to that creature. This can be extremely useful when versing wolf spiders, mantises, and the scorpions inside the park, but later on it's going to be a necessity to take out some of the bosses. Similar to the wall mount, if you make a stuffed variant of a certain creature, Robert, you're going to gain plus 20% loot luck, which increases the amount of parts or rare parts a certain creature can drop, and also if a creature drops a trinket, it will increase the odds of that as well. Tip number 6 is that dodging does in fact have a small amount of iframes. If you do not know what iframes are, they are pretty much invulnerability frames. So if you dodge an attack just before you're about to get hit, you're going to completely dodge the attack and take no damage. And if you have played any type of Souls game, it is pretty much the equivalent of dodging. So if you dodge at the right time, you're going to completely avoid the attack. But inside of Grounded 2, you can only dodge every second, so it's quite hard to fully dodge an entire attack. Dodging can be extremely useful when dodging the Blue Butterfly's Frost attack, can be useful when dodging the Bombardier Beetle's spray attack, and can be useful when dodging the Wolf Spider's parry attack, which we will get onto later in this video. Tip number 7 is the Toxic Anthill East is going to be the best location to go ahead and get your Red Soldier Ant eggs. In the early game of Grounded 2, the game is going to point you towards the Anthill Hatchery, and this is going to be a complete nightmare if you're a new player to the game. You're going to be swarmed by a ton of red worker ants and soldier ants, but if you go to the Toxic Anthill East, if you just follow the route I'm taking, there might be a couple of red soldier ants and maybe 1 or 2 worker ants, but it is going to be so much more easier and safer to get your red soldier and buggy. Like, I think it took me like a whole minute maybe, just going straight into the cave, taking out the creatures, getting the egg, and getting out. It's that simple. So if you are a player who is struggling to get their very first red soldier ant egg, go on the map and go towards the toxic anthill east. It may take a couple of minutes to walk to that location, but trust me, it is going to be so much easier than going into that hatchery anthill. Tip number 8 is going to take out a ton of web sacks to kill spiderlings to farm your weapon mutations. On the map, I have here a ton of web sacks underneath this lamppost, and there's also a ton of web sacks on top of the picnic table as well. And the reason why web sacks are the best ways to farm weapon mutations is when you break a web sack, you can get 1 to 3 spiderlings in each web sack, and each of these count towards the weapon mutation. And similar to Grounded 1 and Grounded 2's weapon mutations are 100% needed if you are rocking a certain archetype. Say for example, if you want to be the rogue and you would like to use dual wielding daggers, the best way to upgrade your mutations is by using a dagger and taking out a ton of spiderlings. And once you max out the assassin mutation, you're going to gain a ton of buffs to critical hit damage, critical hit chance with dash strikes, and if you max out your mutation to phase 3, you're going to get a mastery bonus which increases your critical hit chance even further. And the same can be said with all the other mutations, but it's going to give you different perks and buffs. Tip number 9, if you are struggling to find milkweed chunks and tufts, all you need to do is come over to the picnic table and walk along the wooden posts with rope in between them. On these certain plants and sometimes on the floor, you're going to find a ton of milkweed pods. I think when I did this run, I found 8 milkweed pods in total. Just note the milkweed pods on the plants do need to get shot down with either a bow or a staff attack, but after you farm up all the milkweed pods in the area, you should have enough ingredients to craft a bunch of the new building materials and enough to craft up the entire fuzzy armor set so you can go inside of the ice cream truck with a bunch of cold protection. While you're finding a bunch of the milkweed pods, if you're also struggling to find a ton of bee fuzz and crow feathers, just on the rock here there seems to be a ton of bees that just like to chill here all the time, and there always seems to be a couple of crow feathers that spawn here every in-game day. Tip number 10, if you're sick and tired of crawling up to the very top of the picnic table, if you go here to where this one wine glass is, go to the very far right and just start walking up. There seems to be an invisible like little bridge you can walk up, and this is going to take you to the tippy top where the orc transmitter is. Now this might not be a mind-blowing tip, but if you're sick and tired of going up the entire picnic table the old-fashioned way, be a cool guy and use the secret little bridge thing. Tip number 11, you can negate all fall damage if you jump off the picnic table and jump onto the blanket. For some reason you take no damage at all, but this also works if there is no picnic blanket in sight. All you need to do is just before you're about to hit the ground on your buggy, dismount and your buggy will get stunned and you will sit there taking no fall damage at all. But just be careful, if you time too early or too late, you are still going to take the full fall damage, so I would recommend you practice this a few times, jumping off the picnic table and seeing if you have it down pat. Tip number 12, there is a fast way to harvest resources when using your Omni tool. Instead of holding the key down or the button down to just automatically harvest, but if you click and hold every time the Omni tool collides with the resource you are chopping, and you do that over and over and over, you're going to fast harvest the resource. And here is a side-by-side comparison. Let me know down below in the comments if it's worth doing the fast harvest. Tip number 13, if you are stuck on a spider web and you have a dual wielding daggers, if you do a charge attack, the dash from the charge attack is going to boost you forward, allowing you to move off the spider web a lot faster. And a bonus tip, if you want to cross the web without getting the slow debuff, all you need to do is go to the far corners of the web and just walk up it. For some reason the game doesn't think you're on a web and you just walk up it like it's a normal ramp. Tip number 14, when you are versing a wolf spider and see it put its legs up like this, you may be thinking the wolf spider is trying to block your attack, so if you try to attack the wolf spider it attacks you back. That is because that's actually the wolf spider's parry stance and it wants you to attack. During the parry stance, if the wolf spider takes any kind of damage, it is going to retaliate and quickly hit the player. But this can be avoided by doing a quick dodge or a parry right after attacking. But just be warned, if the wolf spider takes a tick of venom or spicy damage or chilling damage when it has its parry stance up, it will attack the player no matter what. So this can be unreadable sometimes, especially if the wolf spider has a full sizzle meter. And the final tip for today's video, if you're already sick and tired of traversing the yard, what you can do is called the fling glitch. All you're going to need to do is have the daggers in your hand, do a charge attack, release the charge attack, open photo mode, and then just swing your attack and you're going to be sent flying across the park. Just make sure your path is clear and you pull your dandelion tuft earlier than usual, otherwise you're going to take the full force of damage if you hit anything and you will die. And that there is going to be the end of today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and heck, even a comment down below. I would really appreciate that. And now a massive shout out to my channel members and my tier 3 members: Idiot Plays, Janky, Nano, Was, The Stitchman, and Coco. I appreciate you guys a lot. And with all that said, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video.